What's up, guys? This is Kefis, and we're going to be playing a little bit of Overwatch. And today, I'm going to introduce you to my Seeing Eye turret. And I just wanted to play a little bit of a game and talk to you guys about why I think Overwatch is probably the most accessible FPS that I've ever played. And you'll find out some of that through this match. It was a pretty good match. I'm obviously playing Torbjorn. Now, I do play a lot of different heroes. I want to play something different from Soldier 76, as I did last time with Soldier 76. I was, actually aiming. This time I'm using Torbjorn, which is actually really good for me, as someone who can't see very well, to have a turret to be able to aim kind of for me. I like to call him my Seeing Eye turret. And, of course, I'm getting lost here because, visually impaired, whatever. But there is still some accuracy involved, but it's not too difficult. I love playing Torbjorn. The thing about Torbjorn is, it's a little bit dependent on how good your opponents are at dealing with you, and how good your team is at kind of helping protect you. See, the thing about, that's kind of how it is with him. Like, when you have a team, you always want to protect your healers, and you always want to protect your turrets. So that's something to think about. If you have a Torbjorn on your team, he can be very effective if your team is working to kind of help him out. I love having a team that kind of has my back, keeps them away from my turret, or at least tries to protect my turret the best they can. If they leave me to fend for myself, it tends to be really hard. But you'll see in this game kind of what I mean. A part of the Torbjorn also is being very persistent, and keep building new turrets. If they destroy your old one, put it somewhere else. Sometimes you can even put it back in the same spot, and you will get away with killing more of their enemies of their team, I guess. So it's something to think about when you play him. And of course, obviously, the biggest one is if they got your number, switch. For God's sake, please, if they have your number and you're just not getting it, please switch out to someone who can be a little bit more useful. That's something that I have learned having played him quite a bit. Now, there's a good example of what I mean by accessibility. So I knew that Reaper was coming. Normally, in any other FPS game, I would not know that there was a Reaper coming there. But the reason why I knew is because of the game's sound effects. See, a big part of what makes Overwatch extremely accessible for someone like me with a visual impairment are all of the various sound effects. I'm talking everything from, like, in that case, it was Reaper's relocating ability. I forget what it's called, but it's not his Wraith ability or his cloak. It's the one where he can, like, move from one location to another. I knew he was going to come and try to take out my turret. He did take out my turret, but I was able to kill him with my own guns. That was pretty cool. Now, here's what I'm doing. Even though they destroyed my turret, I'm just moving it somewhere else. Is it the best place? No, but I'm being persistent. I'm just going to keep hammering away at it and hopefully outpacing their damage, and of course I did. Now I've got Molten Core running, and we are destroying their team. Now, want to watch out. Now, here's another good example of how audio really helps out. Now, a lot of you probably already know this, but whenever an opponent or a teammate uses an ult, they're going to have a catchphrase. They're going to say something that you can recognize to know that, hey, that person just used their ult, so you need to get out of the way, or you need to coordinate. So that is a good example of that. A lot of times in a game like an FPS, the hardest problem that I have is knowing what's going on fast enough. Oh, look at that. That was nice. Again, another example. I heard the beeping. I knew to get out of the way because I knew it was Tracer's bomb. The cool thing about the developers with Overwatch is they went into great effort into making the various sound effects in the game unique and distinguishable. Everything from the ults to, like, their phrases to even their footsteps. There have been times where I've been playing a character like D.Va and I'm hunting down the sniper Widowmaker, and I've tracked her down purely because I can hear her footsteps. So that's a good example of how this game is very accessible because of what Blizzard has done with the sound effects. The other things that they've done, besides making, like, having nameplates, or at least their name above their head, that helps. It also helps with all the different colors. Each character, you can kind of hear, the sounds of the guns they make. You can also see their ammunition, their guns, the kind of things that their weapons are producing, and that way you kind of know where they're coming from. So they do a really good job at making sure you have every opportunity to know what's going on, even if you can't see very well. Again, nerf this. I knew it was coming. I just managed to get out of the way. So yes, it's very accessible, more so than like Call of Duty. Now obviously Widowmaker's on my face, and again, it helps to know the sound effects. When I hear like a freaking crazy I know that it's Widowmaker and I need to get out of dodge. Now, I knew that she was just going to keep destroying my turret, so I thought maybe I'd bring it back here, and maybe I'd have some better luck. If Widowmaker can be distracted by my turrets, that's going to help out a little bit. At least for a little bit. But I know she's going to destroy it. Now, watch. She will immediately begin to destroy it. So I'm moving over here. I wanted to put my armor back there so it'd be out of reach of Widowmaker, and I figured, why the heck not put it in here? So she destroys it, and I have a new one ready to go. But that's the idea. When you play Torbjorn, if they destroy your turret, it's kind of funny. A lot of people rarely expect there to be another turret waiting around the corner because they think, oh, we just destroyed it. And yet they come down and find out very fast, oh yeah, he can build more turrets. That's right. So I'm trying to build as many scrap as I can. The thing about scrap and Torbjorn, the good news is, again, something that Blizzard does, is they have put icons down so that you can kind of find where the scrap is, which is really useful. It's even better than, like, say, like Call of Duty's dog tags, like when you do kill command maps, oh, there, that got me. That was a Junkrat stray freaking grenade. But, you know, like, the cool thing about the scrap is that there are icons letting you know where the scrap is. That is, again, a very important aspect into what helps me play the game. Of course, I don't always see the icons, but most of the time I do. And that's pretty much how Overwatch kind of, you know, is accessible. Just simple things like that. It's nothing special that they do, but it definitely helps. Now, watch this crazy finishing of the game. Now, I have my ult ready to go. I'm going to pop this down, hope for the best. Molten Core, build this thing up, and hopefully we can get rid of that Reinhardt and finish this game off. And then I'm just going to blow away at his shield, help him out. Bam, he's dead, and that will finish off this game. And I hope I helped kind of explain why Overwatch is accessible for me as a visually impaired person, because I've had a lot of people ask that, and I know I probably didn't explain it best, but it's basically a lot of it's just the sound, and it's just the way the game is by design. Check it out. Play the game. The blind guy and his seeing eye turret. That's pretty cool. It's kind of funny. Even I can play this game, and I'm visually impaired. I even am able to play Hanzo sometimes and get some pretty decent kills. I mean, I'm not great with him. I don't want to, like, make you think I'm great with him, but, you know, hey. It's definitely something that I can play and enjoy. So I love this game. This is probably one of my favorite games in a long time. Not gonna lie. I wasn't really hyped on it at first, but after playing it for a while, I am way into it. So I'm having a lot of fun. If you guys want to see more Overwatch videos, by all means, leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you'd like to see, and I would be more than happy to do more of it, because I absolutely love this game. I'm playing it every single day of my life. So thank you guys. Have a wonderful day. This is Kefis. Until next time.